call this meeting to order. Special meeting of the Jenkins Independent Board of Education on March 18th, 2025.
I'd like to ask Mr. Wharf to please open the meeting in prayer.
Bow our heads, please. Dear Lord, I want to thank you again for giving us an opportunity to gather together and discuss our school business. I want to thank you for this school system. Thank you for all the staff and for all the students and everybody that just strives so hard to make this a better place every day, Lord. Just be with us and guide us in everything we do. We'll never fail to praise you and give you the thanks for it. Just guide us tonight and help us make the best decisions that we can for the school system. And thank you for this great country, Lord. Just be with us. We give you praise for everything. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thank you for a good prayer. I'll read the district mission statement. The mission of Jenkins Independent Schools is to encourage our students to do their best and engage them in the educational process so that they can excel to their fullest potential. And normally, Ms. Adkins introduces the student for the pledge, but she is leading some training in Letcher County today, so I'll introduce Jackson Johnson. Jackson is a first grader at Birdine Elementary, and she always tries to choose a student who has had a positive office referral and is exemplifying the characteristics that we expect for a Cavalier. So if everyone please stand, face the flag, put your hand over your heart. Jackson, take it away.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, young man, and we have a certificate of appreciation for you coming and leading the pledge for us. If you'll take that and look at Mr. Ward. Thank you, Mom, very much for bringing him.
Anytime.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good job. On our agenda next, we have staff student school spotlight.
So we've got a group here that are very excited to spotlight tonight. We'll recognize our 2025 high school boys basketball team and talk about their exceptional season. So I put some of the highlights of what they were able to achieve this year. We had 2 players on this team that surpassed 500 career rebounds. We had 3 players that reached the milestone of 1,000 career points. We had the program's first regional appearance in the regional tournament in 20 years, the first district championship in 30 years, and with a final record of 26-5, that marks the most wins of any team in 113 years of Jenkins High School basketball. So before I turn it over to the coach and let him talk about his team and the season and the players, I just want to talk a little bit about the experience. You know, I'm a sports guy. Basketball is my favorite, so I've always been very invested. Coach Lee's first year here was Austin's senior year, which made it even more important to me as a father. The growth has been absolutely phenomenal. Went from 6 wins over a 4-year period to 68 wins over a 4-year period. And you know, the most important thing that happens in any school is what goes on every day in the classroom. We know that. It's the individual teacher-student relationships. It's the it's using those relationships to put them on a path that they can have a better life as an adult, because you put them on a path to succeed because of your influence on them. We know that's the most important thing, but kids don't come to school excited about taking tests. Sports has a place in school because it's important for culture. It's what kids get excited about. It's the fun that they have in school. And I've had several conversations with this group and this coaching staff about the impact that this season has had on our student culture, on our staff culture, and on the community. When we went to the regional tournament, I know for a fact we had the biggest crowd there, I would say, by 2 to 3 times more than any school. The support throughout the season, particularly in the tournament from the community, was outstanding, and man, it was just a lot of fun. It really was. It was. You don't get a lot of moments of joy in your life, but when that shot hit the rim and hit the backboard and hit the rim and dropped back in, I happened to be sitting with the parents of the young man that took that shot, and that was a moment of joy. It was a lot of fun. And when the crowd rushed to the court, I sat back and took it in for about 45 seconds to a minute just to see how happy everybody was. So that was a great night. Coach, I turn it over to you and let you say a few words.
Well, there's so many people that I think about to thank.
Danny, bring him up here so I can.
Yeah, come up here so he can get really get you close, please.
Sure. I'm trying to be shy guy in the back. Does it matter? I guess.
Just face him.
Just face him. We just, still really now, I guess a few weeks later, still working emotionally through just what happened and what we were able to accomplish, and to hear you say it here in this setting, like it just it really sets in on my heart, even more as to what these guys accomplished. I think we talked in the locker room after the game, and it's something that for our community and our school, I'm not sure we'll ever realize until years from now maybe how much of an impact it had on individual lives at this given time, and so my heart is so full, and there's so many people to thank in that, but I think before I could mention anyone to thank, it's our kids. We have the best kids
Absolutely.
in this Jenkins school district, and I've been in other districts, and I can attest to the fact that at the heart of our success is the heart of our student athletes, and part of that is a huge testament to our staff and our administration. But man, I just think at the heart, it's our kids, and the decisions they make day in and day out, and the commitment they made to this team and our success, it's unmatched. I've told this story, and I'm going to tell it again. Is all year long, we knew coming into this season that we had a great group, a special group of guys that could accomplish anything they set their mind to, and they were willing to put in the extra time. Snow days, 6 a.m. practices, days during the summer, weightlifting. They did it. Miles. I'll never forget after the game, Aiden coming back in the locker room and say, "I just want to run one more mile." I was like, "We can do it."
We have a track team.
Yeah. So have you tried track? So just the heart of our guys, and the fact that they're not just great basketball players, they're good humans. And that's why we were able to achieve what we were able to achieve. It wasn't any decision that I made, and it went beyond, of course our staff and our administration, they cultivate that and they allow that to grow, and they give us the stage to allow our kids that opportunity. So thank you to our board, and thank you to, of course, Mr. Johnson and all of our administration. I can never begin to thank them enough. Anything that, any corner of support that we felt like we needed to turn, anything that we've ever needed in order to really do this right and make it successful, that need has been met. And that support has just been absolutely overwhelming and unmatched. Like you can't simulate it, you can't replace it. And we have a lot of guys, and you mentioned 3 of those guys. We have 1,000-point scorers. We have a lot of guys. We have 5 seniors that are going to be irreplaceable. but we're really excited about some young guys that we have coming up. I can call these guys out by name since they're here, and I would love to do that.
Yes, please.
Have them stand up.
Yeah, and I'll have them stand up and maybe talk about it in just a second. I'm also really proud to say that of our 3 1,000-point scorers, like those guys did that all in green. And I think that's huge in this day and time with the generation of basketball that's happening now for us. These guys are Jenkins through and through, and they wore that on their sleeve. They're the heart and soul of honestly, a lot of these guys, they're big time part of this school and the culture of this school. So I'll start with Aiden Hayes. Aiden, stand up. Ooh. Yep, Aiden is a 1,000-point scorer. He's a 500 rebounder. Got his 500th rebound last year at the end of last year, and so this year, early in the season on, he got his 1,000th point. Started him halfway through his freshman year, and ever since then he's responded well. And I really call him the heart of what we started with this program. And I've never been more proud to say that he saw it through, and I think he got better day in and day out, put in the work. I think Mr. Johnson has said this before, but a lot of this year he probably has Cam Hayes' teammate to thank. But Aiden has had a great career, and I hope that he can reflect back on this time and say that he's enjoyed it, and I think he has. Hey, you want to say anything?
Go Cavs!
Next is Braden Sexton. Braden, also 1,000-point scorer, and I hate to tell him this because I just looked at it the other day to reassure myself, but he was only a few rebounds away from 500. I should have gave him a few extra every now and then. Great, prolific scorer. Scores in 15 feet, probably better than anybody at the high school level that I know of or have ever coached or seen. I think all of our guys or anybody that watched him play this year can probably attest to that. Great scorer, great ball handler. We relied on him a whole lot over the past couple seasons. It's going to be sorely missed, but so glad that when it was all said and done, there's a great picture of Braden and Cam getting that last rebound after the district championship, and you could just feel the emotion in that picture. So I know it was all worth it for Braden, but that's Braden Sexton.
My opinion, the best point guard in the 14th region.
My opinion, the best point guard in the 14th region. Next, I'll have Gavin Gibson stand up. Gavin is a 1,000-point scorer and 500 rebounder as well. Has had a heck of a career, a guy that could score 20 on any given night, and a guy that was well known as our shooter. Some teams try to play to that, and our guys did an excellent job of, especially when it counted in the district first round. We made it count, and he did too, and put us on his back and saw it through.
Back-to-back 7 three-pointers.
Yeah, he had 2 7 three-pointer games, probably in the most crucial time of the season. We were able to carry that momentum through a district championship. So really, honestly, a great leader. I'll say that about Gavin, is he's one guy that the rest of our guys kind of cling to and talk to. And that's a testament to his character. Just a great kid, also a great shooter, and I'm thankful for both of those things. Gavin Gibson. Next, we have Preston Hammonds. And Preston, right off, I will say, is one of the better. He's a great athlete. Super quick, very strong. He's really deceptive at times with the basketball in his hands. Immediately, my memory goes back to a game last year that we were down 5 against Blaine County over in Twin Valley. I told the boys in the timeout they were going to have to walk home from Grundy if we lost this game, and Preston won the game. He got a steal late in the game to seal the deal, and then just so happened when he got his chance in the first round of district, he got a crucial and one to seal the game. And he's had a great career. He had a great 20-point performance near the end of the year. Got to shooting it well toward the end of the year, and he's had a great career here at Jenkins. That's Preston Hammonds. Next, I got Big Cam Hayes, a guy that I'm extremely thankful for. he came to us and, he's kind of immediately just his home and made him into just absolutely, you hear this term like Renaissance man or Swiss Army knife, and he fits the bill. He stuffed the stat sheet every game. He had a triple-double this year, which anybody that knows anything about the game of basketball is extremely rare and hard to do, no matter who you're playing against or what the situation is, where you have double digits in points, assists, and rebounds, and he was very capable of that night in and night out, something he'll do multiple times next year. He got to be more of a scorer this year. Watched him improve throughout the year. He could score at every level. He's also excellent passer and an excellent ball handler for his size. Don't let his size fool you. Most people think he's, a big man. He's not. He plays out on the floor and handles the ball extremely well, makes the extra pass. Had a great year here, and I'm so excited, and I think he is too, for what the future holds for him in Green. So that's Cam Hayes. Next I have Kel Owens. And Kel Owens is, of course, to Mr. Johnson, hear him say it, it's the shot heard around the 53rd. It's the shot heard around Southeast Kentucky, shot heard around Coal Country, shot heard around Kentucky in my book. Put Jenkins absolutely back on the map firmly if they weren't before. But of course, for lack of a better term, I'll call it extremely brave. And
Jenkins magic.
Jenkins magic, and he made that one count. Now, beyond that, what people may not realize is beyond that, we relied on him heavily as an extra ball handler and as a defender. And in my opinion, one of the most excellent defenders in the 14th. And of course, we're going to rely heavily on him again next year for that. And I'm so, Kel is, I say this about all my kids, he's a great kid. And I'm thankful to have him as a part of our team and our program, and he's made a world of difference and a big part of the reason, especially defensively, giving us that extra edge as a ball handler for us to be able to win the 53rd District Championship. That's Kel Owens. Next, I have Hunter White. He came to us last year as a freshman. He would tell you he's extremely, green, you could say, and raw. And we've been able to kind of build him up into an absolutely great athlete that can rebound on the floor and score. And he's been that for us, a spark of energy, especially in times that we need it, and we need it most. Whether it be, on the bench or in the game, he had a great JV season, and a guy that we are absolutely counting on for the next 2 years to step up big and fill some spots for us, scoring the basketball and playing well defensively. Great athlete, great human, Mr. Hunter White. Now Connor Hall. Connor, stand up. I love Connor. Of course, played his 8th grade last year at Jenkins and had a great 8th grade year, and then came to us this year, and it's taken a lot of work, and I think he would tell us that. And the great part about it is about halfway through the year, I think he came to a crossroads and he made the decision to commit 2 feet into this program, and I think he saw the fruits of that as the year ended. And I'm not sure any hug from any player maybe meant more to me in that moment than when I got to hug Connor after the game, because we had some, we've had to work through some things, and I'm so excited about the potential he brings as a potential shooter and somebody that's very versatile out on the floor and defending and rebounding as well. And I'm so excited to see where his future goes here at Jenkins as a Cavalier. And I'm hoping that it'll lead, and he'll play a major role in, more 53rd District Championships. That's Mr. Carnell. Great guys, and I wish there could be more of them here. I need to shout out, of course, my dad. I want to call him more of a coach, and I've heard some people call him the Swiss Army knife, but he does a little everything for us as a program, and And you know, in a good program, a great program, you gotta have somebody, you know, not that I would ever call him an old wise man, but we need the wise man. And we also need somebody to pull me by the belt loop and reel me back into the bench every now and then. And he's that guy. He also drives for us, which saves our program tons of funding. And I owe him the world beyond him just being my father, but as a coach as well. And trust me, we have these conversations afterwards, the games, right, that aren't easy, where he has to tell me what I did wrong. And I take that and I apply it. And I would think that a lot of that is why we won the 53rd District Championship as a staff. So that's my father, Coach Arlie Lee. Coach John Haynes, I've never been more blessed to say he just literally fell from the sky and onto the court for me. Of course, we are some family. But when I got the word that John wanted to help, I did not hesitate to say absolutely yes. I knew he had coaching experience before, and he was also an individual skills guy, and we needed that. And I will stand up here on this podium and absolutely tell you that as many games, if there were any games that I was solely responsible for making a decision that won us a game, John made those same decisions, and if not more. Several different defensive calls I owe to John, and probably a lot of him solely in those moments. And so I owe a lot to John Haynes, and I don't think he's going to be back next year, but maybe sometime later. So I'm so thankful for John Haynes and his, honestly, his intelligence concerning the game of basketball and his leadership for our guys. That's Coach John Haynes.
John, share your JV record with the group.
Yeah. Oh, he also, I leave that out, is that he also did a fabulous job coaching our JV program.
What was the record?
Say something.
What was the record? Yeah.
We were 12-1 on JV.
And the one loss was by 1 point, right? With the starting point guard out.
Yeah, we didn't have our leading scorer that game, and it was at Buckhorn, which is a strange place to play. We lost by 3 points.
3 points, okay.
Our leading scorer is our best shooter too, so
Yeah, we
definitely would have won that one.
Yeah.
I just want to say thank you. Thank you to Jenkins Independent Schools for allowing me to be part of something special. A lot of people don't know this, but I was a police officer in Lexington, and I retired, and I was kind of lost when I retired, and I didn't really have a lot to do. And when I moved home, Mom was like trying to encourage me to get more into basketball, and like he mentioned, we're family, so Mom encouraged me to approach him, and ever since then it's just been blessing after blessing. I may not be able to be here next year because of some family things. I got to go back to Lexington for my son, but I'll be a Cavalier for life. No matter where I'm
Yeah, I love that.
I tell people all the time, even in Lexington, if I get those athletes and win a state title, this team's going to be more special to me because I just bonded with these boys in a time that I needed that. And this will always be home to me no matter where I go. And thank you for allowing me to have that.
Thank you.
Thank you, John. Next, I'm having Dom stand up. You got to stand up. I know you don't want to, but I'm making you stand. This is Coach Dom. And Coach Dom was also fell from heaven, but he actually fell from New York. He decided a while back to make Southeastern Kentucky his home because he was invested in student athletes here, and we are fortunate to have Dom as our guy in our corner at Jenkins. And I've said this, and I'll say it again, I shouldn't say it in front of him so often, but wherever he's been and he's assisted and helped and build a relationship with kids and build on their individual skills, that team has won. He was with Hazard on a regional championship team, and now he is with us in making history 30 years removed. So I owe him a lot, and he stuck through it with me for the last couple of years through thick and thin. And I can never express to him how much that's meant to me personally. But I know a big reason of why he's always stuck it out is because he loves Jenkins and he loves our kids. He is a great relationship builder and a guy that our guys really rely on relationship-wise and talking to and confiding in the game of basketball and beyond. So that's, I affectionately call him Coach Don, but that's Don. Thank you, Don. You got anything to say?
Just thank you for allowing me to be here and help. And I think this is a great group of guys.
Yep.
It's going to be hard to replace.
Thank you, Don. Yeah, thank you all. You all should never, I don't even have a microphone. Should never give her the right to talk. But one of the coolest memories that I think I'll carry with me forever is coming down this hill. I don't think the reality of what had happened has set in yet. It still hasn't. But when I come down the hill in the bus, Dad's driving the bus, and of course all of our kids are on there. Our cheerleaders happen to ride with us that night. They're on there. Our guys are on there. We've got our championship t-shirts on. And coming down the hill, seeing a parade of cars waiting on us as we came down the hill. And people just excited and happy, knowing the Cavs were bringing it home. And the boys had that district trophy and that net, thank God we didn't lose it, hanging out the window. And people were beating on the windows. And there it is. And I'll never forget, yeah, get a shot of that trophy. That thing was hanging out the bus at 70 miles per hour. No, I'm kidding. It was like 10 miles per hour at that point. And coming down the hill and seeing those cars and seeing the people standing outside on the sidewalk as we drove through Jenkins, and people huddled up at Hardee's and just celebrating and happy, and it just felt like in those moments we gave something, and it was just all the way to Bird Eye, people out on the stoops just waving at us. And I'll never forget that. That was a really special moment for me. And then coming back to the school parking lot and burning the couch was also pretty cool. So just those moments of celebrating and being together, and I could relive that. I wish I could relive those moments forever, and I'll never forget them. So thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Very well said. So the thing that he touched on that I wanted to reemphasize is that what a great group of kids. You always want your student athletes to be the leaders in your school, and they have been, and that's what's been special about them. They had a lot of adversity this year and handled it all better than most adults would in many cases. And I mean, just I've had several conversations with Coach about this, that what we want to do here is do the right thing in every instance and let winning be a byproduct of that. And I think that's really what we had this year. And I think that's part of what made it special. So, we've got a banner to hang. We've got a picture to unveil. We got some great things that's coming. And in the works, but I just thought that it was very appropriate to bring that great group of young men and their coaching staff here and recognize them for this history-making, remarkable season that they had. So for me personally, like I said earlier, it brought a lot of joy to my life, a lot of enjoyment, not just in the tournament, but throughout the entire season. It really was a lot of fun, and thank you guys for that, all of you. All right. You don't have to stay for the rest of the business. You guys are free to go. Thank you very much for being here tonight.
I want to say that coming into our last board meeting, I met two of these boys as they were leaving practice. I don't know which two I met. Which two talked to me outside. You were getting ready to get in a truck, I think, and I was coming into the board meeting. We talked about the next ball game, which would have been the district tournament. And you said, well, if we win, we do this. But if we lose, we do this. And what did I tell you? Not to use that 4-letter word again in Jenkins. Because that was the 4-letter word. Now, which two did I talk to? They remember?
They're not going
to tell which two it was. I was in the parking lot. They were in the. I couldn't see who it was.
Right.
But I'm like Damien. I watched a little bit of basketball in my lifetime with my
Just a
older
little bit.
son, my daughter, my grandson, my granddaughter. I mean, I've watched a little bit of it too. And you didn't say lose. Oh, that's the 4-letter word. You didn't say that 4-letter word, and we're so proud of you.
Thank you.
So proud of you.
Hopefully we never say it again.
Yeah, I told him, don't use that 4-letter word, lose.
And one thing that you guys, I don't think, get credit for is watching you all build this program. When we went through our flood, this team was there for our community. They showed up at Hammond, at Whitesburg, at Birdine, at everywhere. These boys were out, and they were not just bringing sports to our community, they were bringing unity. And it is so much appreciated. So we want to thank you all very
Thank
much.
you.
Because I don't think you all got enough recognition for
These
that.
guys, when the flood happened, man, they were willing to, I mean, I bet me and Aiden probably had boots on the ground for, 2-3 weeks straight, every day. Several guys just jumping in every day, and that's a testament to their character.
Very much. Very
Yeah,
much.
and to see it pay off in this way, and I think it's been awesome. Great
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah,
Yep.
again,
Thank you,
thank you
guys.
very much.
I don't have any extra black t-shirts, but I'll try.